10 minutes or so, just discussing this hadith that I have read. So as I was saying, the verse that we're looking at was those who believe, وَلَمْ يَلْبِسُوا إِيمَانَهُم بِالظُّلْمِ أُولَٰئِكَ لَهُمُ الْأَمْنُ وَهُمْ مُهْتَدُونَ. And here, as we said, Rasulullah ﷺ taught us and told us that the dhulm in this particular verse is shirk. And shirk, if you cover up your iman, and this means any kind of shirk, the shirk al-akbar in particular, but even the minor shirk that could lead to even worse types of beliefs and actions. This is what Rasulullah does. إن الحلال بين وإن الحرام بين بينهما متشابه. The halal is clear and the haram is clear, and in between the obscure issues, you go into obscure issues. He said, you're going into the haram. You're not going into the haram. So the more that we sin, the more we persist in sin, and the more that we waste not seeking out, falling into things we don't even know that are sinful. We're destroying ourselves. This is ظالم لنفس. If you could explain more about the soccer game in Qatar than your religion, what are you doing? What are we doing? Because knowing the statistics of basketball players and football players, is going to get you in the Jannah. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed His book, we have Assunnah. And if we don't implement it, who's going to be the loser? Us. Right? We stand on Yom Kippur, we're going to be all alone. Naked and uncircumcised. With a piece of dust worth of good deeds or a piece of dust worth of evil. So we have to know what this tawheed is. We have to know what dhulm is. We have to know what shirk is. And as I said, tawheed is the constant, everyday action. We have to be conforming ourselves to this tawheed. So now in this hadith, authentic hadith, reported by Bukhari Muslim, Rasulullah ﷺ, in the first part, I'm just going to repeat it quickly. It's the last sentence, the last phrase that Rasulullah ﷺ said that I'm going to focus on. He says, whoever testifies, witnesses that there is no deity, no ilah, except Allah. And just a note here, we always say la ilah illallah. We never say la rabb illallah. Because the Rabb is the Lord, yes. But a lot of people around the world, different religions, they'll have one God, they say this is the great God, this is the high God, this is the creator God, like the Muslim God. They said Allah is the Rabb, and nobody's disputes. But they say, all these other deities, Allah, Uzza, Manat, this, that. We need them, they're intermediaries, they bring our dua up to Allah, they do this, they do that. So just recognizing that Allah is the Rabb, it doesn't matter who says that. Polytheist, Jew, Christian, a lot of people say one God, Rabb, Lord. What does Allah say about that? Over and over again. La ilaha. There's nothing worthy of worship. There's no deity except Allah. Wahdahu la sharika. Alone. This wahdahu. Muwahid. Tawheed. Allah's name is Al-Wahid. alone, separate, single, no partners, nothing. And that Muhammad is his servant and his messenger. And in this hadith, he explains about Isa bin Maryam, that he is Abdullah. He's the servant of Allah and his messenger. And his word, kalimah, that he, Allah, sent down to Maryam. And the ruh, Allah created the ruh, the soul of Isa. Just like he created the ruh of Abbad. And he put it into the clay figure of Abbad. And just like he created the ruh inside each and every physical body that's in this masjid on the planet Earth. And an angel brought it down and put it into the fetus after 120 days. The authentic hadith. Rasulullah explained the ruh. This is what Allah has created. And so we testify that Isa is only Abdullah wa Rasuluhu wa kalimatuhu wa ruhu minhu. Then he said, Rasulullah said, you have to testify that al-Jannah haq. It's not an abstract concept. It exists right now. And the Qur'an are there, and Wildan Mukhalidun are there, and the gardens are there. And we know that the Sahaba, when they were with Rasulullah, they said it was like we could see a Jannah. They were fearful. That's why Rasulullah said in his hadith, An-nar haq. It's real. It's there. The pillars of fire, the blackness, the darkness, the pain, the misery, it's all there. It's waiting. Your seat in Jannah or your seat in the hellfire is waiting for you. More real than that, we're sitting here. This is Tawheed. This is actualizing Tawheed. This is making the Tawheed something that permeates us deep into our heart and soul, that we change ourselves constantly. Not just arguing, debating. Tawheed means this, and does this qualify as Shirk? Yeah, like I said, I'm big on Aqidah and Siyam. But if we're not changing who we are and what we are to become muwahidun, we're just arguing and debating. And that's not going to help us. And then this is the important part. Rasulullah said, Adkhalahullah, that Allah will enter this person who testifies to these things I just mentioned of Jannah. He will enter this person into Jannah ala ma kana min al-amr, based on action. Now this is the part that I've been mentioning. And if you are a person of your own soul, you are oppressing everybody around you. It starts with you. You oppress yourself with your sins, and then your sins impact all the people around in ways you might not even be conscious of. How you treat your family, your husband, your wife, your children, your friends, your neighbors. If you are zalim li nafsi, you are a person of your own soul, you're just spreading evil. Ripples and ripples and ripples of evil that affect everybody. And you're not actualizing something. You're not acting like a muwahid. The Sahaba were muwahidun. Did they stop with Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah? That's the start, not the finish line. So if you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, whether you're raised as Muslim, you convert to Islam, if you're saying that and you're acting and behaving the exact same way 10 years later, 20 years later, 5 days later, you're not muwahidun. You're not really muwahidun. Because you're just talking. They're all like this. I include myself in it. I put myself first. So now what does all this mean? Just a few little explanations of it. Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar, because his hadith from Bukhari, we know the Hafiz al-Bukhari, laying all of Sahih Bukhari. Just a little bit. He said, in relation to the meaning of min al-amal, min salih wa fasad. The righteous good deed and the corrupt deed. So the believer, the mu'min, the muwahid will be judged on the righteous deeds and the corrupt deeds. And he says, لأن أهل التوحيد لابد لهم من دخول الجنة. There's no doubt on whatsoever, no doubt at all that the people of Tawheed will enter into Jannah. And this is the security. This is what's promised us. If we are muwahidun, we will enter into Jannah. يدخل أهل الجنة على حسب أعمال كل منهم درجات. Well, you enter into Jannah based on your action. The actions in each one of us is going to put us at different levels, different ranks, درجات. Some of us are going to go with maybe just a few specks of dust more good deeds than bad deeds on the scale. And we'll get into Jannah. Some of us are going to have big, huge pile of good deeds. Get a higher rank. So this is the first one. The muwahid is guaranteed Jannah. Not right away. You don't die, have a nice time in the grave, resurrection, boom, right into Jannah. Yes, some people are going to do that. And these thousands of the Ummah go with Hisab. They're going to go without accountability. How many of us are going to be among those 75? Rhetorical question. May Allah make us all. The next one is from a statement from Al-Qadi Iyad. Some of you might know him, Al-Qadi Iyad, the famous Shafi scholar. He wrote a commentary on Sahih Muslim. And this hadith is also quoted by Muslims. So the Shaykh Abdul Rahman Al-Hassan included it here. And he said that the Shahadatain is connected. So connected to the Shahadatain is the reality of Iman and Tawheed. Haqiqatul Iman, this word Haqiqa is what is real, actually. Reality, truth. So you have to have the haqiqatul iman of Tawheed. You have to have the true, actual, real iman and Tawheed that was mentioned in the hadith that I just read. فيكون له من الأجر ما يرجع على السيئات. Then he will get the ajr, the reward, based on the prevalence of what is good over the evil. But like I said, we're going to go with a tray full of evil and a tray full of good. And there might be some muwahidun whose evil outweighs the good. Rather than nafsi. We're not actualizing Tawheed, we're not doing it. And the sins are piling up. And even if we forego doing good deeds, let's say you're not doing too many sins, but you're foregoing doing the good deeds, you're not striving to do the good. There's nothing going on your tray here. Right? There's nothing there. You missed out today, you missed out in the past hour, you missed out this week. You could have done so many good deeds, all of us. You could have done more. You're lazy, We don't care. We're busy with other things. We take Tawheed for granted. Yeah, I know. La ilaha illallah, I say it all the time. But no, don't worry about it. Yes, we've got a lot of worry. We have a lot to worry about. Well, you have to look at the state of the Ummah right now. Go from Morocco to Indonesia. Where are the Muwahhideen? The promise of Allah is true. And the Ummah is, I'm not even going to say it. I swear we're doing it. It's a mess. It's a mess. Muslim killing Muslim. Fighting for all the wrong things. For child, for land, for power. In Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, Syria, Palestine, Iraq, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Kashmir. Go down the list. Is this what Allah promises? The Muwahhidun? You're going to be stepped on and kicked around? But we don't think. The Muslims don't think. We're not thinking. We're blaming everybody but ourselves. What am I saying? Blaming nafsi. You can't blame anybody but yourself. If we're not receiving the reward from Allah, the guidance from Allah in this life, it doesn't mean you have a wonderful, beautiful life. I just said there will be hardship, a struggle. But this is a ni'mah. And that's what it is. When the armies gathered against the Muslims, it increased them in faith. Big armies coming against them. Abbad, Uhud. Every battle they fought. Even after Rasulullah going to Persia, going against the Byzantine Empire. Outnumbered 10 to 1, 20 to 1. Increased them. And this is why we have to do. We have to actualize this Tawheed. When bad happens to us, we start whining, complaining, crying. Because we're not actualizing it. We got it up here. You can recite pages of memorized text, but is the Tawheed here? So, it says that this Tawheed, this Shahadatain, right? يوجب له مغفرة ورحمة. The Shahadatain causes or necessitates forgiveness and mercy. ودخول الجنة في أول واحد. Instantaneous, the first step. If we actualize, if we have Haqiqatul Iman or Tawheed, then this is the promise for us. One last thing now to save the best for us. This is not in Fatul Bari, but this is from Ibn Baz and added this comment. It's from Ibn al-Qayyim. I think everybody knows. والمقصود أن كلمة التوحيد, the purpose, the aim, the goal of the word of Tawheed, كلمة التوحيد, لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله. إذا شهد بها المؤمن, when the believer, المؤمن, testifies to it. And here's the qualification. عرف لمعناها وحقيقتها نفيا وإثباتا. The believer who testifies عارفا يعرف to recognize something. It's a type of knowledge. It's different from ilm. The arif, that's why everybody should study Arabic. Learn Arabic as best you could every day. Never give up. I've been Muslim 40 years. I'm still trying to understand Arabic. I'm sure. Alhamdulillah, Allah made simple. The Arab is the one who recognizes. We use this word, if you be walking down the street, you see your friend coming. I know him, I recognize him. Do you recognize Tawheed inside? Are you Arif in Ma'na? Are you recognizing, aware, cognizant of the meaning of Tawheed, the meaning of Talatain, inside of you? Do you recognize it? Or is it a stranger in your heart? Is it there or is it not there? So he says, Qayyim says, عارفا لمعناها وحقيقتها التي reality of it نفيا وإثباتا. And we know the نفي وإثبات. لا إله negation إلا الله except Allah. This is a powerful statement in the Arabic. La ilaha eliminates all deities. It eliminates all objects of worship. Illallah, this ilah, this exception. So you negate everything. And you say there's one God, one object of worship, one deity. That's Allah. And do we recognize this as a silence? متصفا بموجبها. The movement who's متصفا takes on the characteristics that are necessarily connected to the kalimat al-tawheed. So is at-tawheed your attribute? The way you dress, the tawheed, the way you talk, the tawheed, your feelings inside of you, your emotions, what you love, what you hate, the tawheed is what you are, tawheed. Or is it just, I got some thoughts in my head. And we know the heart, the code, is the commander of the body and the mind and the will. It's the commander. The code. Allah's always talking about the code. As we go in the heart, in the heart, in the heart. So if tawheed is not in the heart, it's not doing you any good. Just going to give him my time. So he goes on to say, قائما قلبه ولسانه وجوارحه في شهادته. That the movement, the believer's heart, his tongue, and his limbs are established on this shahada. Are you established on this tawheed? Is that where you stand up from? When you wake up in the morning, you stand up? Are you standing up on tawheed? Or you laying in bed because you're lazy? 5 more minutes. Okay. The person snooze the alarm clock. 5 more minutes. I think it's too late. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Or are you jumping up? Ka'iman. And then he goes on to say, now this, listen to it. هذه الكلمة من هذا الشاهد. So this word of Tawheed, coming from this shahid, this one who testified, La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasulullah, Asluhu Thabit Rasikh fi qalbi. The root of a Tawheed is firmly grounded in his heart. The branches of the word of Tawheed, muttasilatun fi sama, reaches up to the heavens. The Tawheed is rooted in your heart, like a tree, and the branches go up to heaven. وهي مخرجة لثمرتها كل واحد. The Tawheed that's rooted in your heart with the branches going up to heaven like the tree. This kalima Tawheed is bringing its fruits. You get the fruits, the benefits, the results, reward, every moment. Well, you have to be muwahid. Just one last thing I'm going to add about the ilah. So that we think about this thing. I'm sure everybody knows this first. I'm just going to recite the beginning of it. For the 8th. Man ittakhadha ilahahu hawahu wa dalahu Allahu ala ilm. Have you seen the one who is taken as his ilah, la ilaha illallah, but there are people amongst us who take their hawa, their desire, as their God, as their object of worship. This verse should scare us away. Every time we follow our desire, Allah's messenger said, do this, act like this, speak like this, treat each other like this, and we follow our desire, our hatred, our anger, our envy. What are we doing? We're elevating the hawa above the topic. So I'm going to stop here. And inshallah, some useful comments for all of us, myself first and foremost. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us all to benefit from it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us all of our sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make seeking knowledge easy for us, and more importantly, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make acting upon the knowledge easy for us, so that we become muwahidun in the true and real sense. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وبحمدك وأشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
Inshallah ta'ala, we're going to take a break. Inshallah ta'ala, ask the brothers if they can go downstairs. There's some snacks, inshallah ta'ala, and the sisters have